Hey guys, what's up? It's Ambush, back with another Apex Legends video, and today I'll be going over my advanced guide for Fuse in Apex Legends Season 10. I'll be touching on each of his individual abilities and how to use them to their full potential, so I really hope you enjoy the video and learn something new. Let's get right into it. Look in the description below for timestamps. To start it off, we're going to be talking about Fuse's passive ability. His passive is basically using his mechanical arm to launch grenades further, and he can also carry 2 grenades to 1 stack. Now, you can toggle his passive on and off if you'd like to, because I'm going to be honest, it sometimes doesn't really help you. If you want to hit a huge Skynade or something like that, using the mechanical arm will not allow that to happen. It is physically impossible for a frag grenade to make it all the way to the ground if you use the mechanical arm. So that's why if you're trying to throw a Skynade at somebody, please toggle your passive off because it will not work. Also, while we're on the subject of grenades, please always carry grenades with you when you're playing Fuse. Nade spam is so powerful when you're using Fuse, and you can carry double the amount of grenades a normal legend would be able to, so take advantage of it. One more quick thing about his passive ability is that you cannot stack 2 different types of grenade in the same slot. Like, you can't hold a frag grenade and an arc star together. It has to be either 2 frags or 2 arc stars. Moving on to his tactical ability, the Knuckle Cluster. Fuse's Knuckle Cluster is personally my favorite part of his entire kit, and it's super powerful if you use it correctly. If you're ever stuck on a door with an enemy and you don't want to kick it down because it'll leave you vulnerable and exposed, or if you're low and you see them kicking it down, throw a Knuckle Cluster down on yourself and then run away from the door. It will explode and damage them, and they'll either have to run through it and tank all that damage, or they'll have to go find another way around. The Knuckle Cluster is also really good for denying enemy access to areas. If you see enemies moving behind some cover, or they already are behind this specific piece of cover, you can throw a Knuckle Cluster behind it, and they'll either have to tank the damage, which it is quite a bit of damage now that they increase the duration this season, or the enemies will have to run out into the open, where you can obviously obliterate them with your weapon. Have you ever gotten an enemy to absolutely 1 HP, like they're so low that just sneezing on them would kill them immediately? Well, that's where Fuse comes in handy. If an enemy is really low and then goes behind cover and you just can't get to them because there's either other enemies looking at you or you just can't lose your really good positioning, well, just throw your Knuckle Cluster in behind the cover they're at, and the damage should hopefully finish them off before they have time to pop any heals, if they are going to do so. Just a fun little thing that I love to do with Fuse, I find it so satisfying, is when there's a Rampart just chilling behind her amp walls, and you just destroy her with a Knuckle Cluster. It's so satisfying to hear all the shields crack and everything, and yeah, just 10 out of 10. Now we're going to talk about Fuse's ultimate ability, the Motherload. The Motherload is super satisfying to use if you can get enemies trapped inside of it, and it is extremely deadly as well. If you get enemies trapped inside the Motherload, or they're burning from the fire around it, I guess I should say, they will get this extreme movement slow, and they'll be moving so slowly, like zombie speed. It is so easy to kill them when they're like that, because they can barely even move around. It is honestly so fun. You can also use Fuse's ultimate ability to block the paths of enemies if they're going to chase you or something. If there's like sort of a little choke point where you can prevent them from coming after you, just throw your ultimate ability down there and they will definitely not want to push through it, because let's be honest, who really wants to burn like that? Fuse's ultimate ability also has quite a decent range, considering it's this huge cannon thingy that seems extremely heavy. It can go about 200 meters, so you can launch it quite far. It's really good for third partying because you can shoot it where you're decently far away and then try and get enemies trapped inside of it so that they can't run away. And yeah, it can go really far. It's basically a sniper deed. When enemies are trapped inside your Motherload, like inside the ring of fire or whatever, they also get highlighted now, so you can see them as if they were caught on a Bloodhound scan or being scanned by Crypto's drone. This is honestly really useful because it sometimes is really hard to shoot through that fire because you can't really see, like your vision is really like messed up and it's really cluttery. But this way it's really easy to see where the enemies are and you can kill them quite easily. Now we're going to talk about what legends pair well with Fuse and can help you use Fuse's kit to its full potential while doing kind of like a wombo combo sort of thing. The first legend that we'll be talking about that can pair well with Fuse is Caustic. Caustic and Fuse together is insane because if you get enemies trapped inside your Motherload, you can throw Caustic's ultimate ability into the center of that, and they'll get gassed and they'll get burned by the fire, and they'll just take a ton of damage while you can be shooting them at the same time, obviously. And it's just really easy to get kills that way if they get stuck in the middle of it. Another legend that can pair well with Fuse, this one might surprise you, but Loba. Loba and Fuse together is really strong because you can use Loba's ultimate ability to get so many grenades and you can nade spam really easily. It's super powerful and, I'm gonna be honest, probably super annoying to play against. And now the final sort of like legends that go with Fuse. This one is multiple legends actually, I'm not going to choose one specifically, but just movement legends in general. Fuse doesn't have any movement potential really, like none of his abilities give him advanced movement over a normal legend. So pairing him with someone like Horizon, Octane, or someone that just has like team movement like that, it could be really useful because Fuse will not be able to maneuver around the map as easily as lots of the other movement enhanced legends will. Anyways, that is my guide to Fuse and Apex Legends Season 10. I tried to keep the video nice and short so you guys don't get bored watching me ramble on about basically the same thing. So I really hope you enjoyed it, short and sweet, and I'll see you guys next time.